Hi, Nicoletta.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
So and so, I'm so sorry. As you can hear, I don't have much voice, but today I will try to do my best.
Okay. So much. Glad to have you here. So I will let you share your slides, and then once it's done, I will mute myself, and then I will go out of the screen. But I'm here, so if you need any help, just let me know. I can hear you, and then I can jump in.
So you share or I share?
You share.
I share. Yeah. Okay. Hello, everyone. So my name is Nicoletta Tul. I don't know if you all know me. So sorry for my voice today, but I got a bad cold a few days ago. So it's summer here in Italy, but suddenly, like we had 2 or 3 days of a little bit colder days, and this is the result. Today, I will talk to you about a very special tea in Korea, a legend of Korea, let's say, the Balhyocha. Balhyocha is the right pronunciation, Sue? I hope so.
Yes, it's correct. Balhyocha. Correct.
Balhyocha, okay, Balhyocha. So I'm sharing with you my PowerPoint slides. So this may be helpful for you. I call Balhyocha the taste of Korean heritage somehow. We know that Korea is famous for green tea. The main product is green tea. But Balhyocha, it's something special. So what is Balhyocha? The term Balhyocha can be a little bit confusing, actually, because some people call it simply yellow tea, Hwangcha, but not all Balhyocha is yellow, and not all yellow tea is Balhyocha. Usually, in during Joseon Dynasty, there was a very famous term which is called jakseocha. It means sparrow tongue, like just like juye in Chinese. And actually, jakseocha doesn't mean Balhyocha, but it's a term for it to identify very special high quality teas in Korea. So you can say that a green tea like a Woojeon, it's a Jakseol or high quality Balhyocha, it's a Jakseol. It really depends on the picking set. So the quality of the bud and the first two leaves. But balyo, it's a term used for every kind of food in Korea that can be fermented. Let's think about kimchi, very famous kimchi, or yogurt, or every kind of fermentation. There is a term for oxidation too, but in when we talk about tea, actually balyo, it's the term for fermentation used for oxidized tea. So you know that until maybe 10, 15 years ago, tea world and tea industry didn't make a great difference between fermentation and oxidation. But of course, we know it's a completely different thing. Then pario is the same as balyo. So they are same. It depends on how you write it down. And actually, what can we say about this term? In Korea, we have two great categories of tea, and we can classify green tea, Nokcha, and Balhyocha. So, what is Balhyocha? Bul, it's like the negative form, right? So, green tea, it's not Balhyocha. But for all the others, we have different small words we can put before Balhyocha. For example, bubun, ban, wanjeon. So, bubun, it means um, partially, just a little, not completely. So we can refer when we talk about the level of oxidation, so chemically speaking, we can say that bubun is something more similar to a Chinese yellow or a white of or deep oxidized white or a low oxidation oolong than a real Balhyocha that we all know. Ban Balhyocha, it's something more similar to the yellow, the Huangcha Balhyocha we know, because when we talk about the Ban Balhyocha, the oxidation level, it's around 60 to 65%, up to 70, no more. And actually, one of the characteristics of yellow Huangcha Balhyocha in Korea is that the oxidation is something in between a high oxidized oolong, like a yancha, let's say, and a black tea, a standard black or red tea. Wanjeon is the term for Hongcha, so red tea or black tea in the rest of the world. So we said that about the oxidation, but oxidation is only one of the factors that make Balhyocha unique, of course. It's not only about oxidation. Let's see together all the steps, okay? But remember, there is no certified official standard. We don't have in Korea, especially in Hadong, because today I will talk mostly about Hadong. We don't have like national standards, just like in China, for example. When you talk to Korean farmers, usually they say, it's not about to rule. Of course, we know all the steps, right? We have to make, but it's not, we don't have really rules. It's more about like a feeling. We have to feel the leaf, because maybe today it was raining and yesterday it was not raining. So if it's raining, the leaf contains more water. So that means that the withering will last longer. So everything must change. You don't have fixed rules. They smell the tea, they touch the leaves, and at the end they decide if, for example, the first rolling must be like very soft or medium soft, and so on. So first, after the picking, we start with indoor withering. Indoor withering usually lasts all night long, and then we can put in the morning the leaves outdoor for an outdoor withering. If needed, we have a third withering indoor again. This really depends on the weather and on the content of water in the leaf, of course. Then when the leaf it's soft, smooth, we can make the first rolling. The first rolling is with soft pressure. After that, Nomad juices will come out of the leaf, and we will make a first short oxidation, just a few hours. After that first oxidation, we can make the second rolling. The second rolling has a stronger pressure. Why? Because we need all the juices inside the leaf to come out in the surface of the leaf. And altogether with the juices, we will find in the surface a lot of chemicals. These chemicals were the chemicals of the withering. So this is why withering is so important. We know that withering is like a pause of the leaf, right? And it's very important for white teas, oolong teas, but also Balhyocha. All the amazing bouquet and aroma we find at the end of Balhyocha is because of these steps: long withering and then two different rollings with soft and strong pressure. Then we have another oxidation after the strong pressure and the kill green. Usually, Hongcha in China or black tea in the rest of the world have a pan frying withering kill green, right? Just to block the oxidation, to stop the oxidation. But for Balhyocha, it's something different. We have like a kind of heaping. So steaming and drying, steaming and drying. How many times? It really depends. It depends on the farmer, on the tea, on the leaves. Again, it's something that they feel, they understand. After that, You may think, okay, the tea is ready. No, because we need to create the chocolate aroma, the cocoa aroma. I don't know if you're familiar with Balhyocha, but when you open like the tin of Balhyocha, the first thing that is really clear is this aroma of dark chocolate. And to create this aroma, we need to do the roasting, a final roasting in the wok. It's not kill green. It's just a drying and a roasting together. The temperature is not so high. It's medium low. It's about 100 to 120, 110 degrees Celsius. But it's quite a long procedure. It's about 42 minutes to 1 hour. So it's not easy to make Balhyocha. This is why it's not so easy to find it in the world. I mean, you can find it, but at the right price. So this is Hadong. Hadong, as you know, is one of the tea producing centers of Korea, together with Boseong, Jonguk North, but the production is really small, and the island of Jeju. Hadong is completely different from Jeju and from Boseong. It's in the mountains. There is a national law. They cannot use pesticides, too much fertilizers, and chemicals in general. This is why teas from Hadong, even though you cannot find maybe the organic certified sign, you can be really sure about safety when you drink a Hadong tea. As you may see, the plants are really small and the leaves are really small. The plants are small because they cannot grow up so much, because in winter it's really cold. The soil is rich in minerals. There is a river, so there's a lot of water. And actually, they are shaded because in the middle of the fields you always can find like fruit trees or maybe some camellia trees that have grown up. And Hadong, it's a very special place, especially Jiri-san, so Jiri Mountain. It's not one mountain, it's a huge mountain range, of course, with different peaks. But it's very famous because here the first tea from Tang, China arrived in Korea 1,200 years ago. In this temple, again, I don't know how to pronounce it well, but it's Susangyesa temple. And here, where now this turtle stands, with all the information about the story of these first tea seeds, it's believed that the first tea seeds were planted. But actually, in the temple, you can find tea plants everywhere. They grow wild, and most probably they're very old, maybe 100 years. It's not so old, the production of Balhyocha yellow tea. It was made famous by Jeong Yakyeong around 200 to 150 years ago. So we are in Joseon dynasty. It's an unlucky dynasty for tea, we can say, and for Buddhism, but not completely. Because in Joseon dynasty, we have a lot of new techniques imported also from China. But for centuries, Balhyocha was made by families, tea producers, for sometimes to sell for selling, but simply use at home like a medicine. But let's see together the aromatic profile of this tea. When you look at the leaves, you may think that these leaves are like a kind of honcha or black tea. Then you smell the leaves and you can smell this strong chocolate, dark chocolate cocoa aroma. But then the liquor is clear copper orange, as you can see. Usually honcha is a little bit darker, right? This depends on oxidation, of course. And then the aroma is also woody. You can feel the bread crust, nutty part. Sweet citrus, very sweet, so not like a lemon, but more like a tangerine or a small kumquat. And the taste, well, the taste, for me, my opinion, it's unique. Umami, very umami. You can feel the umami. It's almost sparkling at the center of the tongue. Very sweet. No stringency at all. Absolutely not. Citric, acidic, very fresh. And it's strange because the mouthfeel, it's well-rounded, smooth, but then it leaves you very fresh and clean palate and mouth. Sorry. But altogether with tangerine, cocoa, and this smooth mouthfeel, you can taste the yellow and red bell peppers. You know, when you take bell peppers and you just put bell peppers in the oven with a little bit of olive oil in the surface, that aroma of baked peppers, this is what you will taste for sure in a good high quality Balhyocha. And if you want to know if this tea really comes from Jiri-san, well, Hadong has a very special mouthfeel, a body, which is very oily. You know, when you, how to explain, when you drink fresh cream and at the end you have this oil in the mouth, or when you fry at home like potatoes, and you don't buy pre-fried potatoes, they still will have a little bit of oil on the surface and you will feel this oil inside your mouth. Hadong tea, even green tea, has this oily body, which is really recognizable, let's say, and really, really interesting. You can see here the size of the leaves of the picking set. For example, these leaves are really small, 1 bud 2 leaves always, but this is for Ujan green tea. Here on the right, they're a little bit bigger for Balhyocha. So usually, if we have a farmer that works only in April and May, and he makes Ujan, Sejak, Junjak in these months, maybe he will produce Ujan and Sejak, and then Balhyocha is from most probably, that's not a rule, harvest between Sejak and Junjak, so between the 2nd and the 3rd. But if he wants to make a very special Balhyocha, he can use, of course, Ujan or Sejak leaves. So, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed my slides and my small lesson about Balhyocha. So sorry again. Are you fans of Balhyocha? Did you have any questions?
Thank you, Nicole, for sharing about Balhyocha.
you.
Thank you so much for doing with your cold, and I know you recently went to a dentist as well.
Yeah, everything this week.
Same, like I told you, like this week, like everyone's having a similar like rhythm, like all the things happening unexpectedly. So hopefully, some of our audience are enjoying and have a really joyful life and chilling.
Oh, really?
Hopefully.
I know this is the end of the festival, so maybe people is a little bit tired now. But if they have some questions, I'm here.
One person, thank you, Nicoletta. Just to want to taste it as soon as possible.
Yes, you need to taste it.
How did you get into Korean tea? Like, and what's your relationship with the Balhyocha? How did you get entered?
I tasted Balhyocha first time in London, I think 6, 7 years ago. Yes, there was a small tea shop, doesn't exist anymore,
Okay.
run by a Korean. And he introduced me to Balhyocha and to Korean tea in general.
Yep.
And I tasted different kinds of Balhyocha from Bosong and from Hadong, for example. But my choice was Hadong for sure.
Mm,
Other kinds of tea from Bosong, but Balhyocha from Hadong, in my opinion, it's really special. And then 2 years ago, I managed to visit tea fields of Bosong and Hadong, and I fell in love really.
yeah.
And Korean farmers are really friendly, and I love to be there. I know that next year you will have the International Tea Expo.
Yes. Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Hopefully, yeah. But they're preparing it and then started to working on it. So I'm really excited that they are pushing Korean kids forward to the world.
Yeah. Yes, because it's when you talk to people. I have a tea shop, so we have a lot of customers and students, and they are very interested in Korean tea. But usually, for them, it's like really Korean tea is like a legend. They think, oh, it really exists. Because you outside of the world, it's very easy to find Jeju tea because it's less expensive. The production is bigger, of course. But Boseon and Hadong, it's so difficult.
Mm,
We know that the prices are really high, so maybe this is a problem for resellers.
yeah.
But it's a specialty,
Yeah.
and we really need to get more in deeply.
Yeah. I mean,
So
Busan.
thank you for this festival.
Oh, thanks for joining me. I mean, Busan, some of the plantation they also do mass production, but like you are obviously into artisanal wild tea
Yes.
is in Hadong. So if you want that quality level, yeah, you're right. Like it's difficult. Do you carry Korean teas in your shop? Do you sell it?
Yeah, I have a udon from Jeju,
Oh wow.
which is really good. It's mineral, sparkling, really fresh,
Yeah.
very sweet. And then I have a very good balyocha from Hadong.
Yep.
I have a jungjak from Hadong. I used to have udon and sejak from Hadong, but they were super expensive. So I had really small quantities, and they are all sold out.
Yeah.
So now, until the last year, we have junjak that it's really good anyway because it's produced in April. So I buy from a farmer, and he produces ujan, sejak, and junjak in April with 10 days between one harvest and the other. So it's not the summer junjak. That's what I wanted to say.
Since the pandemic, how was the supply chain shipping like between Korea and Italy?
Okay, before the pandemic, it was a disaster. Now it's even more complicated.
Yeah.
Yeah, now the shipping companies they work, they do sell even the post, but it's really complicated. If we want to import, we need to wait the customs weeks and weeks and weeks. So
How
you
long
really need to be passionate about that if you want to import it.
how long does it usually take for you to get Korean teas from Korea?
It really depends on the workers you find in the customs in Italy. You must be lucky, but usually they can arrive like in 1 week from Korea,
Oh,
and then they can stay here in the custom for 3 weeks.
oh,
Yeah.
wow. Okay.
So you need to cross finger and ask the lady at the customs to clear your stuff.
Mm, so much respect for you to carrying Korean tea at your tea shop with all the process. Thank you.
But you look, it's the same from Japan, from Taiwan, just from China. It's simple. I have no idea, but
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know. Well, thank you so
no,
much.
no questions.
Um, I think we covered it all, and thank you so much for your presentations and Q&A sessions. For people who have questions, we've already posted Nicoletta's Instagram and then social media you can follow. I feel like our audience are somewhere else. I'm not seeing any question at this moment. But when they have question about biochar, you can go to Nicoletta and ask. I know you
Okay.
aren't well with, so please take care. I will let you go.
Okay. Bye. Ciao, ciao.
Oh, thank you.
Ciao. Thank you.